The Buffalo Bills are the best team in the NFL, bar none. The Buffalo Bills have the best quarterback in the NFL, bar none. Let me tell you something. That was an absolute display. Josh Allen to Stephon Diggs, 3 times a thing of absolute beauty as Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs pasted the Tennessee Titans. Remember the Titans? More like forget the Titans. 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions for Josh Allen. The Nuggets of domination for Stephon Diggs, 12-148, and 3 touchdowns. This is just an unbelievable chemistry, sheer domination. Josh Allen is special. Remember what he told me on my SiriusXM radio show in August, that it's all about beating the teams you're supposed to beat, protecting home field. How about the start of the season for the Buffalo Bills? They beat the Rams in week number 1, the Super Bowl champs, and then they beat the Tennessee Titans in their first home game of the season, and they beat the number 1 seed of the AFC last year. They're plus 55, and the numbers for Allen and Diggs, I mean, no Gabe Davis, no problem. It's amazing. Oh, and you want a little defense? Ryan Tannehill was atrocious. They stoned Derrick Henry, the best running back in the National Football League. This team's got it going on in every possible way. The Buffalo Bills with Von Miller, this defense is the best in the AFC. The Buffalo Bills crowd was absolutely rocking. You can have a really strong debate who's the second best team in the NFL. You could argue with your friends who's the second best quarterback in the National Football League. But make no mistake who's number 1 in all categories, the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen. Once again, it's their time to shine. Jalen Hurts' sole purpose is winning. And if he continues to play like he did last night, the Philadelphia Eagles are going to do just that. A lot of winning this season. Jalen Hurts was outstanding, accounting for 3 touchdowns in a dominant win over a great Minnesota Vikings team. Jalen Hurts was phenomenal running the football. He was even better throwing the football. Jalen Hurts was feeling it, and why not? That first drive was amazing. The touchdown pass, 57 yards to Watkins, was incredible. 26 of 31. Look, we spent the entire offseason talking about why we love Jalen Hurts, but had to improve his completion percentage, and he's done that in the first couple of weeks of the campaign. And when you have this kind of unbelievable roster where the DBs are outstanding, and Darius Slay put an absolute blanket on Justin Jefferson, arguably the best receiver in the NFL. I mean, the upside for this football team is to get the 1 seed in a relatively weak NFC. Philly's 2-0. Look at the first half schedule. Washington, Jacksonville, Arizona, Dallas, Pittsburgh. After the bye, they have Houston, Washington, the Indianapolis Colts. I'm telling you, Philly is loaded. They have an unbelievable offensive line. A.J. Brown has changed everything for Jalen Hurts. And let's give Nick Sirianni credit. That was the worst introductory press conference for any head coach not named Adam Gase or Jim Tomsula. Then he's talking about planting flowers, growing trees. You know, that was just weird stuff last year in Philadelphia. But you look at Sirianni and how he has changed his playbook to make sure that Jalen Hurts is comfortable. Hurts was a winner at Alabama, Oklahoma, obviously has the tools. Now with A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith and Watkins and Dallas Goedert at tight ends, with that incredible aforementioned offensive line, Howie Roseman has put together an unbelievable roster. Look, I'm not going to back off my NFC prediction of Green Bay and the Rams after 2 weeks in terms of Championship Sunday. Still love the 49ers. The Bucs are the Bucs, obviously. But I picked the Eagles to win the division preseason. Love the offseason. Love what they did, trades, free agency, and the draft. The Philadelphia Eagles upside is to get the 1 or the 2 seed and fly to the Super Bowl. Kirk Cousins playing dreadful in primetime will never, ever change. What an abysmal, pathetic performance last night. 3 picks, awful decision-making. Yuck. Gross. Sun goes down and this cat can't function. I thought ABC should have put a V-chip warning on this game because this is not suitable material for the kids. I mean, it is wild. And look at his record in primetime games. And by the way, he's 2-10 on Monday Night Football. And I picked Minnesota to win. Shame on me because, I'm on record saying that, and I still believe it. Kirk Cousins is going to have the season of his life with Kevin O'Connell and Justin Jefferson, right head coach, replacing Mike Zimmer at the right time. But that was brutal. That was atrocious. That was horrendous. That is why, at the end of the day, even though I still love the Minnesota Vikings to make the playoffs, don't get crazy and overreact to week 1. You and a lot of hot take artists. Oh, Minnesota's going to win the division. No. Still the Packers, still Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers' world, and we're just living in it in the NFC North. The Minnesota Vikings will make the playoffs. Kirk Cousins will put up his numbers, but literally, figuratively, he'll never be ready for prime time. Welcome back. Time to shine. A lot to get off my chest on a Tuesday, and I love Justin Fields, so I'm just going to help him. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't rip the fans. Leave the Bears fans out of this, Justin. They care. They're passionate. They're smart. And look, I understand Justin Fields is beat down, right? What happened with Matt Nagy and Ryan Pace and how they ruined his rookie season, wiped the smile off his face, and even the new regime not giving him the requisite offensive weapons, it leads to this. I mean, he was dreadful against Green Bay. Awful. I mean, this was an offensive to the senses kind of performance. The Bears' offense is pathetic, hapless, or, as it says at the bottom of the screen, the worst in the NFL. I mean, he doesn't have a chance, but you can't rip the fans. I'm going to give him a pass because I think he's been so dragged through the mud and he's been going through it. And I love Fields and he's super smart and a team leader and a great guy. I'm going to choose to believe he's going to learn from this. But my goodness, and I told you preseason, that's the worst team in the NFL. It's going to be a long year in Chicago. Got to get this off my chest. I feel awful for Trey Lance. Out for the season after that awful ankle injury. And this was just brutal. And this is now going to be the 3rd straight year Trey Lance has barely played football. Final year in college. Played only 1 game because of COVID, injured, and then replaced most of last year. And, breaking his ankle, needing surgery. I feel awful for him. Next sentence. Jimmy Garoppolo gives the 49ers a great chance to win. And that's how you got to do it, right? I feel terrible for Trey Lance, but Jimmy G, listen, they're lucky that he's here. And they're going to win more regular season games with Jimmy Garoppolo than they would have with Trey Lance. Now, the playoffs, getting to the Super Bowl with Jimmy G, that's a totally different topic for discussion. But, yeah, regular season wins, taking care of business, making sure that Debo is utilized, Brandon Ayuk, Kittle, that defense, which is unbelievable, doesn't go to waste. Jimmy Garoppolo, and we said this, is a better option. The circumstance is awful, and my heart bleeds for Trey Lance. But in terms of winning games in the regular season, listen, Jimmy G is the right guy for San Francisco. Got to get this off my chest. The Raiders are an embarrassment. At 20-0, I never in a million years thought they were going to blow it. Shame on me. Look at this, Hunter Renfrow in overtime. That was the 2nd time he fumbled on that drive. Isaiah Simmons hit him there, and then Byron Murphy with the scoop and the score, the walk-off scoop and score. I mean, That's unacceptable. You remember, I didn't make that big of a deal after they lost week 1. All right, so road game, Chargers are better, but this is a mess. Blame Derek Carr, who was terrible. Where was his bestie? Devontae Adams had 2 catches in the ball game. Are you kidding me? Blame Josh McDaniels. Blame Patrick Graham, the defensive coordinator, who was terrible. Credit Cliff Kingsbury. Credit Kyler Murray. They were sensational. Credit Arizona. But that's one we start talking about. Is it more about the win or the loss? That's on the Raiders. That division, AFC Conference, there's no excuse. Speaking of embarrassments from the AFC, the Colts are a disaster. I mean, they didn't score a damn point in Jacksonville. Matt Ryan looked like he never played football before. Jonathan Taylor couldn't run. The defense got torched by Trevor Lawrence, who I love, and Christian Kirk, who I love. I mean, you want to talk about a rough start. I mean, no team has looked worse than the Colts. Are you kidding me? Now, it's crazy. The Tennessee Titans look atrocious, but they're not defunct because this division is wild and wacky. But if you're a fan of the Jacksonville Jaguars, you have to believe there is a shot here that you can actually do some damage and potentially make a run by winning that division.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell for more videos.